Good afternoon. This session of the Appellate Division First Department is now open. My colleagues and I welcome all of you to these virtual admission ceremonies. Ms. Schwartz, I ask you to please proceed.
Good afternoon, and may it please the court. I, Sharon Schwartz, staff counsel to this court's Committee on Character and Fitness, am honored this afternoon to present to the court 38 applicants for admission to the bar. Further, I am pleased to report that the committee has examined the records of each applicant appearing here today. Accordingly, on behalf of the committee, I certify that each applicant appearing this afternoon does possess the requisite character and fitness to merit admission to the bar of the state of New York, and therefore I do hereby move for their admission.
Thank you. Before I rule on your motion, Ms. Schwartz, I want to take the opportunity to thank the members of the Committee on Character and Fitness for the excellent job they have done to assure us that today the candidates presented here are all well qualified for admission to the New York State Bar. We value the committee's work. They honor us by serving pro bono, and we appreciate the work not only as justices of this court, but on behalf of the New York State Bar. Please relate this message to your committee members.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you. Justice Cardozo famously said, "Justice delayed is justice denied." Well, I want to assure everyone here that there will be no denial of justice today, because my colleagues have authorized me to grant your motion, or to grant Ms. Schwartz's motion forthwith. And at this time, the oath of office will now be administered by Susana Rojas, the clerk of our court.
Good afternoon, Justice Gish. Good afternoon, candidates. I will administer the oath of office in the form of a question. At the end, I will ask you to please unmute your microphones and respond by saying, "I do." At this point, I ask every single one of you to please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and to faithfully discharge the duties of the office of attorney and counselor at law to the best of your ability? Please unmute your microphones and respond by saying, "I do."
I do.
Congratulations, attorneys. Please lower your right hand and you may mute your microphones. Thank you.
Congratulations, you are all now officially lawyers. I'm going to ask my colleagues to join with me and unmute their microphones and give you a hearty round of applause for your wonderful accomplishment. It is a custom of our court to have one of the justices give some welcoming words to you on this occasion. And at this time, the honor falls to Justice Manuel Mendez.
There you go. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
We
Okay.
can.
Well, you know, this thing acts up every now and then. Thank you, Justice Gish. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the court, I want to congratulate the newly admitted attorneys and your loved ones, the family members and friends who have supported you emotionally and financially throughout this journey, and who have hopefully joined you in this virtual ceremony. Today is a very significant day for all of you, as it marks the end of a long journey filled with many stressful days and sleepless nights, and marks the beginning of a new one as members of the legal profession. You have proven to all that you have the basic and necessary skills, knowledge, and character to join the ranks of the legal profession. In law school, you learn to write and think like lawyers, and to analyze and argue logically all aspects of an issue. And the lives you've lived up to now tell us that you have the requisite character and fitness for admission. However, membership in the bar requires more from you. With your admission, you gain the rights and privileges bestowed on members of the legal profession. But with those rights and privileges come certain duties and responsibilities you owe to the court, to yourselves, and to others that will help you, if you follow them, have a long, rewarding, and successful career. Allow me to illustrate by sharing with you some of the advice I received many years ago when I took the same oath you are taking today. The law is an ever-changing profession, and the best lawyers are those who approach each day with the desire to gain a better understanding of the law and the world around them. To be relevant and useful to those you represent, you must educate yourselves day in and day out. You must learn to adapt to new situations and overcome new obstacles, as we are doing now, to work around the inability to meet in person due to the pandemic. To achieve this, take advantage of all the resources available to you by joining and being active participants in bar associations. Your most important asset is your reputation. Develop and establish a good reputation for professionalism and civility. In our desire to be zealous advocates, we sometimes lose sight of the fact that antagonism is not the same thing as effective advocacy. Remember that the most effective advocacy does not stem from posturing and tone, but from reasoning and a solid understanding of the substance of the issues at stake. We do our profession a disservice when we rely on bluster and contentiousness to make our point. You should strive to maintain an atmosphere of courtesy and mutual respect in all legal proceedings. Never lose sight of the fact that your advocacy and negotiating skills can mean the difference between someone losing or retaining their home, their business, or their liberty. Whether you are representing a client on the most complicated civil matter, the most serious felony, or on a small claims matter, you must always represent that client with zeal to the best of your ability, never losing sight of the human element of the law, because the law is not just an abstract concept or topic for debate. It is a very real force that has significant impact on the individuals involved. As lawyers, you have an individual and collective responsibility for the health of the legal profession and society. Use your newly acquired clout as members of the legal profession to achieve outcomes that are just and that will benefit the profession and society. It is your duty to carry forward the best tradition of the legal profession, the tradition of serving others. Pro bono service, whether it be as counsel to a nonprofit institution, the representation of those with unpopular causes, or the indigent, is a long-standing, worthwhile tradition in our profession. Ours is a wonderful, noble profession, and lawyers are at their best when they use their skills in the service of others. This tradition of voluntary service by attorneys is ancient and honorable, and we will be looking to you for its continuance. In sum, continue educating yourselves. Develop a good reputation for civility, humanity, and competence. Get involved in bar associations and in your communities. Volunteer to serve others. Use your skills to achieve outcomes that are just and that will benefit the profession and society. If you follow this advice, I am sure you will have a long, satisfying legal career. Now, on my behalf and on behalf of my colleagues on this court, I welcome you to the legal profession and wish you much success in your career in the practice of law. Congratulations.
Thank you, Justice Mendez, for your insightful and important advice. And with that, this session of the Appellate Division is now closed.
Thank you to the justices and to Ms. Rojas. They will now log off and the new attorneys will stay on with me.